Hello students, myself Ms. Rachna Jain, Associate Professor in English Department, Government PG College, Rajgarh, Alwar. Today I am going to explain you the remaining and concluding part of the poem Ulysses, composed by Tennyson. The topics of my today's lecture are the context of the poem and the explanation. Ulysses is a great hero. He has a noble thirst for wandering abroad both on earth and in the sea. He has returned from the Trojan War to rule over his kingdom Ithaca. He has been away from his country for more than 10 years, but he does not like the idle life of a king, so he desires to set sail again and have fresh experiences of life. Ulysses believes that the thirst for knowledge can never be fully quenched, so Ulysses exhorts his sailors to set sail with him. These are the lines of the poem. There lies the port. The vessel puffs her sail. Puffs means filled, which indicates ready to sail. Ulysses is about to start on his new adventure. He is surrounded by his fellow sailors. He addresses them and directs their attention to the port where the ship stands ready for them to start with its sails filled with wind. So there lies the port means he indicates towards the seashore where the vessel means ship, where the ship is ready to start for a new journey. There gloom the dark broad seas. The dark seas stretch out wide before them. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrought and thought with me. Toil means worked hard. Thought with me means the perfect union between Ulysses and his fellow sailors. Union of thoughts. So Ulysses asks his mariners, souls means persons that his fellow sailors have worked hard throughout their life during their journey and thought with me, and there has been a perfect union of thoughts between him and his fellow sailors. They worked hard with him and stood by him in his difficulties. That ever with a frolic welcome took. Frolic means hearty, cheerful. That ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine. Thunder and sunshine stand for the different kind of weathers, whether good or bad. He says that his fellow sailors have always faced the changes of weather during their journey cheerfully and joyfully, and they have faced dangers, difficulties and obstacles with bold and cheerful heart. They welcomed all kinds of difficulties, all kinds of problems during their journey, during their sea voyages with Ulysses. They never lost heart. You and I are old. Ulysses tells them that it is fact that his fellow sailors and Ulysses himself have become old. But old age hath yet his honor and his toil. But he tells them that even in that old age they are able to perform some adventurous work. It is possible for them to do hard work and to win fame. They might be able to do something remarkable even at the late period in their lives. Then he says that death closes all, but something at the end. Death is very powerful. Closes means ends, finishes. Death is so powerful, it is the inevitable moment in the life of human beings that it puts an end to everything. It finishes everything, but something at the end. But before their death, before this end, some work of noble note may be done. They should do some noble work to achieve fame, which can be noted by the people of the world, which can be appreciated by the people of the world. Not unbecoming man that strove with gods. Unbecoming is ordinary. He tells to his mariners that they are not the ordinary people. They are extraordinary because strove with gods. Because they fought with God in the battle of Troy, who helped Trojans against the Greeks. In the war of Troy, some gods helped the Trojans against the Greeks, and Venus, goddess Venus, and Mars were always such gods who helped Trojans in the war of Troy. But still, they had the heroic hearts and they fought with them and won the battle. So such persons are not called ordinary, they are extraordinary, and they will go forward in search of new experiences with the same energy which they had in the past. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. Then Ulysses indicates the lights in the houses built on the rocks of Ithaca. He says, indicating the light, it is now time to start. The day has ended. Long day means ended. Veins means ended. The long day has ended. The slow moon climbed the deep moons round with many voices. He says that that the night has come and people living in the homes on the rocks have lighted fires whose light is visible now. The long day has drawn to close. The moon is slowly climbing up the sky. The various sad sounds of the oceans are audible. Moans means the sounds of the sounds of the sea. So the sounds of the sea are audible. It seems as if the ocean is calling them with its different kinds of sounds. These lines indicate that Ulysses decides, he resolves to set sail again with his mariners to achieve great knowledge of the universe, to win the fame, to do some noble work which can be noted by the people of the world. The environment is totally ready to start their journey. He indicates his fellow sailors to the port where the ship is ready to start. The waves of the sea are calling them, and the moon is climbing up the sky. The people have lighted the fire, which indicates the day has ended and it is the proper time to start their journey. These are the concluding lines of the poem. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. Here Ulysses inspires and motivates his fellow sailors to set sail again. He says that it is not too late to seek a newer world, that although they have become old, they are weak physically, but still it is not so late that they cannot undertake a new journey of new experiences and new discoveries. So he inspires them and motivates them to sit well in the ship, to take their proper seat, and also they should strike the waves of the sea, push off, and sitting well in order smite the sounding furrows. He asks them to take their seat, strike the waves of the sea powerfully, and my purpose hold to sail beyond the sunset. Then Ulysses defines his actual purpose to his sailors. He says the main and sole purpose of Ulysses is that to sail beyond the western horizon. To sunset means the western horizon where the sun sets, and baths of the all the western stars until and die. He says he wants to visit beyond the western horizon where the stars sink into the sea and which is considered to be the end of the earth. And before his death, he wants to achieve his goal. Students, these lines are the most important part of the poem. It may be that the gulf will wash us down. He makes it clear to his fellow sailors that it may be possible that during this last sea voyage they may be drowned in the waves of the ocean. The waves of the ocean may be swallowed them away. It may be possible. And it may be we shall touch the happy isles, and it may be possible that they would reach to the happy isles, a kind of heaven where the souls of the heroic persons go to live after death. So he tells to his mariners, if they reach to the happy isles, see the great Achilles, then it will be a golden chance to meet their friends Achilles there, who was also a Greek hero, a Greek warrior, and who fought with them, who participated in the war of Troy and died. So if they reach the happy isles, they will get the opportunity to meet their friends Achilles there, whom they know very well. Though much is taken and much abide, Ulysses tells to his mariners, although their sea voyages they have achieved much, they have experienced much, still much is left to be seen and much is left to be experienced. We are not now that strength which in the old days. He says that it is quite fact that they do not have that power, that strength, that energy which they had in their youth age, which they had in the past, moved earth and heaven, through which they can move and conquer the earth and sky. In their youth age, they were very powerful. They fought with the gods in the war of Troy and won the battle, defeated them. They had very powerful energy in them. But now they have become old and they lost that physical energy now. But that which we are, we are. But he says that they are now what they once were in their youth. Although they have lost their physical capability, still they have a great determination in them. One equal temper of heroic hearts. They still have the heroic hearts, the firm determination, the same bravery which they had in the past. Made weak by time and fate, but still strong in will. He tells to his mariners that they still have the heroic hearts full of courage and boldness. Age and circumstances of life have made him and his mariners old and weak in body, because it is man's fate that he must have become weak when he becomes old. But however, still they have very strong determination even in the old age to strive. They have such firm determination to struggle hard, to seek means to explore new lands, to find means to acquire more and more knowledge of this universe, and never to admit defeat. So he motivates his fellow sailors to set sail again. These concluding lines indicate the restless spirit of Ulysses, his passion for sea voyages, his firm determination, his strong willpower, and his passion to discover new things in life, to win fame, and to achieve maximum knowledge of this universe, to utilize the every moment of life to gain new experience and new discoveries which can be noted by the people of the world. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.